Good morning, folks. Welcome to my farmhouse kitchen. Today, this is powdered milk. It's a bag. It used to come in a big box. But what I'm going to do today while I'm chatting is mix up my homemade hot chocolate, hot cocoa mix that I've mixed up for years on the farm for the kids when they were little and for the grandkids, for my cowboy company, gifts. And so usually you can buy the powdered milk in a big box. Well, they've started putting it in a bag. So this is just your regular powdered milk. And I dumped the whole 64 ounces into my big bowl. Okay. From there, I'm going to go with a whole container of Nestle's Quick chocolate. And I'm going to dump the whole package into that. And it's actually 1 pound. Yeah, 1 pound. And this works really good to go ahead and keep. You can actually decorate it if you'd like and put cocoa back into it after you've got it all mixed up and give it as a gift. So that's a good tip there. Set that one aside. Next, I'll probably put in some creamer. I've got to pop it open. It's a brand new container. But I had a few little projects that I've done lately on the homestead, and I thought I would just show you as well as mix this up. And I'm going to put, probably half of this container in here. This just gives it a little cream taste to it, a little thicker, richer. And we'll keep dumping. Let's see, that's pretty close. We'll do that for starters. This is going to mix up a really good size batch. I've got powdered milk all over me. Okay, here is just your powdered sugar. And I think I'll put a good half a bag to 3/4 of a bag. We'll start with a half a bag. I always mix it up and then I will, fix me a cup of hot chocolate and taste it to see how it's actually tasting. If I need sweeter, I'll add more sugar. If I want it darker chocolate, I will add more chocolate. So it's just kind of a taste and tell. This is just your baker's cocoa. It's darker. And I'm going to put about, maybe 1/3 of the container in it. And that is it. That is how I mix up my hot chocolate for the winter. And I just take a whisk, and that's probably what takes the longest, is to make sure that you get this all blended. And it's a nice big bowl of hot cocoa. And so you just mix it and mix it, and it takes a while to get it all blended. To get all those cocos and chocolate and the powdered sugar, a creamer, but it makes a really nice hot cocoa. I don't like to buy cocoa and drink it. It's not like my mama used to make. My mom used to always just make some on the stove in a kettle. She'd warm the milk. She'd mix up her own chocolate, and that is one of those lost things that I don't know exactly how she did it. But this is as close to it as I can tell you that it tastes. But that was one of those things. If you've got a mom or a grandma that does some of that kind of stuff, you better be jotting it down, because, when they're gone, you can't remember or you didn't watch. Same with when she would make bread. She had a big bowl, and she would bake homemade bread, and I'd see her doing it, but I never really watched. So when I was first married, when I went to try my hand at homemade bread, well, you can only imagine. I was calling her, but it was horrid. It was little solid, hard as rock buns that you could break a window with. So it took some talking to her while she was still alive and whatnot. And this is when I was first married. So after I finally got the hang of it, then I was making homemade bread usually just about every Friday on the farm. Fridays was our busy day. The kids were at school, but I would try to make a batch of bread. I would bake cookies or bars or something for them when they would get home from school. I would make it Friday night homemade pizza. And so I got a lot of practicing in my bread. And that's all it takes, folks, is just a lot of keep trying. You know, it might not turn out. And even after you've been making it, sometime it might not turn out. Your yeast might be bad. The temperature's just not right, or your water's too cold, your water's too hot. You just keep trying. But there's nothing better. There's no preservatives in your bread, homemade bread. This is looking really good, folks. I'm going to bring it a little closer to the camera so you can see my cocoa. And I have a big gallon jar that I'm going to put part of this in. Not all of it's going to fit, but I do have a big gallon glass jar that I will put it all into. But like I said, it makes a really nice winter treat, blizzard day. Say the kids are out sledding or playing in the snow. They come in, they're wet, they're cold. You need to dry their coats, their shoes, their gloves. Give them a cup of hot cocoa and sit and enjoy it with them. So that's this project. And of course, I can't forget this. This is something Cowboy will just dig into even if I don't have hot cocoa chocolate. He is the marshmallow nut. But I like to keep the marshmallows in a jar. It helps keep it, you know, a little softer for the winter. But like I said, he is the marshmallow monster. And it looks like we've got a full bag there, a full jar. Let's shake it down in there a little bit. And so I need to get another jar for that. But by the time you put your cocoa in here, you've got it planned in your head who you're going to give hot chocolate to for Christmas. You can put it in jars and decorate your jar. You can make it rustic. You can put it in a little plastic bag. You can tie it with raffia. You can make it a little country or like a homespun piece of material you could tie it with. And it makes a really cute little gift from your kitchen to your kids, your grandkids, to older folks. A teacher's gift. There's so many things that you can do with that. Now, if I had another quart jar here, maybe let's say we'll take a quart jar filled with hot chocolate, and we'll take a pint jar and fill with marshmallows, tie it with homespun or raffia or both, put a nice little card on it, maybe add a few sticks of peppermint sticks, candy canes, tie those up and put those in the little package. Maybe, how about a little tiny package of mints, like the Andes green mints with it, or, you know, and it would make a really nice little Christmas gift for somebody, or a hostess gift if you're going to somebody's place for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. You know, mix them up a little homemade basket full of goodies. So that's one little project I wanted to get done today, and I thought I would just show you while I was doing it, and we could have a chat. This jar, maybe I need to come a little closer, is my vinegar almost ready to strain. It's been in here for, I think a couple weeks. So what I'll do is strain this out of the apples, my vinegar, and put it in another jar, or clean this one out and put it back in here and cover it again, and it will keep on your shelf for, put it on your shelf another 4 weeks at least before it will turn into vinegar, and then it's ready to use. Here are our sliced and dried oranges. Last night I just took one, snapped it in half, and ate the center out. It was really good. But what I plan on doing with a lot of these are I'm going to do a primitive tree by my old cupboard. that's in my crock and with clear lights, and I want to put some orange slices as well as my little gingerbread men, and I'm hoping to get some of those made one of these days. So that's another project I've been doing right now. I've got lemons that I need to go ahead and put in the jar that are done. This is just my homemade vanilla, and this is an old syrup bottle that we emptied out. I bought them purposely because I thought those would make really nice gifts too, or just for my own shelf. But I have vodka in with the vanilla bean, and I've actually got a couple more that I think I will stick in there and make it really vanilla-y. But it's been sitting a few weeks. So that's another really fun gift that you can give from your farmhouse kitchen. Here, I made a pretty good sized batch of this the other day, and it's called Apple Pie Moonshine. I've saved my little jars from just regular apple cider, apple juice. These came from the store with just regular plain apple juice. But I mixed up some homemade apple pie moonshine. And it's apple cider, apple juice. It's got some vanilla vodka. It's got plain vodka. It's got the cinnamon. It's got cloves and brown sugar. And so it makes a really nice gift, especially for some of the guys. They're going to like this. And it's for medicinal purposes too. And actually, when you get sick and your chest gets really congested, you know, a little bit of this even warmed up is really going to help you. Take it like a medicine. Okay, what else have we got going here? Oh, this is just my cream. I just skimmed off our milk cow's milk this morning from a couple days ago, and I've almost got a quart of cream. And I'm going to use this. I'm just warming it up on the cupboard right now. I'm going to mix up some homemade butter with. We had oatmeal this morning, and Cowboy fixed it on our cook stove, and we used Maggie's milk and raisins and brown sugar and pecans, and it was a good hearty breakfast with some homemade toast, of course. Nothing better than that. But here would be my lemons. My lemons are dried. It takes them so long to dry, but they're going to be put in this jar and used probably this winter in hot teas mainly, or you know, fix it up with a little bit of this moonshine. If you're sick, fix it up with that, or just fix up some hot lemon or vinegar tea with some honey, some cinnamon. You can make a good hot, really soothing tea for a cough, for a sore throat, for aches. It's just nice to have these on the shelf, because where I'm at, I don't like to just run to the store every day or two to pick up things I need. So this way, you know, middle of the winter, I don't have any lemons on hand, but I want a hot tea with some lemon in. I have lemons. So there's another project done. What are some of your favorite things to do for the holidays? Share them in the comments below. And I hope that you enjoyed this little chat this morning in my farmhouse. I'm still working on YouTube. I still have not yet to figure out how to add pictures or add another little stop and edit or all that kind of stuff. So bear with me. This is just the raw footage at our homestead. We welcome you. You can join us over on Facebook too. It's called Prairie Girl Farm. And I actually have a lot more pictures there and some short videos. And there's a lot of folks over there. So join us over there. If you like something like this, please go ahead and click subscribe and put your little notification button bell on, and hopefully I'll be able to produce a few more videos, and I'll get them a little more perfected each time. Bear with me. Who knows, you know, how well I'll get it perfected. It may always be raw. It might just be straight from the farm. And that's just the way it is around here. If you were to come to visit with for a cup of hot chocolate, we would be sitting there chatting about all this kind of stuff. So enjoy the day, folks. Take care. We thank you for dropping in and joining us. There we go. If I could bloop that out, would be great. Anyway, folks, take care. God bless. Enjoy the holidays coming up.